So our first problem is positive or negative number. Now this problem might be easy for you, but as we move forward, the amount of complexity will definitely going to increase. So don't worry about that. Now we will going to delete this title and let's write some code. So before writing code, we will, get the logic. So let's say we have a number 15. Now this number can be a user input or we have defined it intentionally. So when do we say a number is positive or negative? So if a number is greater than 0, we say the number is positive, and if a number is less than 0, we say the number is negative. It is very simple. And if it is equal to 0, if the number is equal to 0, it is neither positive nor negative. Okay, and this case is cancelled at the same time because we are interested in getting the positive or negativeness, right? So if you got this logic, let's try to write the pseudocode for it. Okay, now what I will do, I will going to group these ones and let's keep this aside. Okay, so we will keep this aside. So let's say we have number in number 15. So let's say n equal to 15. Let's define it right here. Okay, now what we will do, we will check if is the conditional operator that we can use in any programming languages. The syntax might be different, but we are dealing with C++ here. Okay, now I'm not going to write the whole code here. We will going to have it in a separate session, but right now let's focus on the logic first. So if the number is greater than 0, okay, so we can simply write the number is positive. Okay, and in the else section, there will be two conditions. The number can be 0 or negative number. Okay, now in the else section, we will have to check else if the number is less than 0, then we can say the number is negative. Okay, and in the else we can write the number is 0 or if you don't want to write, it is completely fair. Okay, now let me show you the complete view. Okay, so this is the logic that we have, and I hope you got this logic. Now let's try to incorporate this into our actual code. Okay, so let's get started for positive or negative number. Okay, now I have defined a variable int n, and I have asked the user to input the number. Okay, now here we are checking, we are actually having three conditions. If my n is greater than 0, then I will do something, that is what the number is positive. So I am going to directly print it. Similarly, if this condition is not true, it will going to execute the next block, that is else if block. So it is checking if n is less than 0, so the number is negative. If both this condition fails, it will go to the else block. Okay, and in else it will going to print the number is 0. See, if number is neither positive nor negative, so it is 0. It is 0. If you want to consider this case, you can, and if you don't want to consider, you are actually free to do so, right? So this is the code. Now let's try to do the execution. Now I have talked about CPH Judge in the explanation video, that is the introduction video that we had. Okay, if you haven't watched that video, how to install this CPH Judge extensions and all of that, you can actually watch that introduction video. Okay, now what I will going to input. Okay, so what I will do, I will going to give the input, let's say 10. Okay, so 10 is a positive number, so we will expect the number is positive, right? So in expectations, I would write number is positive. Okay, so let's do run all, and okay, so it is first printing please enter a number, and it is printing the number is positive. So as you can see, it has printed number is positive. To make it correct, what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this line. Okay, let's save it and run it again. The test case will be passed. Okay, so I have inputted 10 and the number is positive. It is positive, right? So let's give another input, let's say -10, and this number is what? This number is negative, and if you run it, it will be passed because the number is negative. Okay, and if you give 0, the number is the number is 0 here. When you try to run it, it will be passed. It will be passed. So this is how the code will work. Okay, now it's your time to do the code. Okay, thanks for watching.